Hello there. The sun is in my eyes. Anyway, this is the long-awaited Alex Belfield rant. Well, I'm sorry about the title, but somebody once said that about Alex Belfield, and it's not very nice. But having a taste of your own medicine is probably something that everyone should have now and again. And this really is a taste of his own medicine. I've got nothing against gingerhead people whatsoever, but I put it in the title just to show Alex Belfield how nasty it is. And it's not right what he does all the time. But anyway, we all know this narcissist. Oh yeah, I should say that I'm reading from notes, so every now and again I might stop because I've fluffed up the lines. But so you must forgive me for that. I'm not a proper journalist. And I'm certainly not a newsreader. Anyway, we all know this narcissist. This narcissist wants something that you have. It may be one thing that you are aware of. For example, money. It may also be other things that you are not aware of. This is what they call narcissistic supply. They want your respect and admiration. They want to feel relevant. A narcissist will want different things from you. They want you to see them as a good person. They want you to believe the false narrative that they're selling. They want you to help groom their giant egos. This narcissist has told lies and now he's been caught out. And you are made to feel that there has been a misunderstanding. This narcissist wants to recruit you into their fan club. They know that you have a big, generous heart and that you will feel bad for them. When they tell you how they are the victim, they will make you feel like they have been manipulated. This narcissist also believes the lies that he tells you are true. Right, fluffed up my lines, so I'll continue. They want to put on a good show. They want the world to see how great they are. This narcissist pretends to put on a show just for you. It is their nicest way of manipulating you into buying a ticket. They want to destabilize you as well. Maybe they feel you are slipping away. Maybe they feel they have done too much. In either case, they want to keep you guessing. They will tell you that the big boys are after them, or that there's been a witch hunt. This makes it much easier to manipulate you into giving money. This narcissist could use his influence for good rather than bad, but he chooses to reinforce the false narrative, to reinforce the lies, and to stir up hatred. This narcissist uses labels in the same way as the far left uses labels to end debate. This narcissist likes to channel your thought patterns by using words or phrases to mislead. He claims racism when there is no racism. Agent Stoolpigeon clarified this for me the other day in one of his recent videos when Alex Belfield was seen to claim that Lewis Hamilton had a private jet and the colour was black. But this wasn't the case at all. Lewis Hamilton had sold his jet 2.5 years previously, and the colour was a dark cherry red. Another one of Alex Belfield's recently deleted videos was when he claimed that Rittenhouse had killed 3 black people. Well, this wasn't the case. The victims happened to be white people. I called out Alex Belfield over 6 months ago over his attack on cyclists. He is stirring up hatred for the cyclist that will one day lead to the death of an innocent cyclist by someone who believes the false narrative that Alex Belfield is pushing out about cyclists. As you know, I'm a cyclist myself. I have a car, and while I'm out cycling, that means that there is one less car on the road, one less car at the junction ahead of you. I pay road tax on the car that I'm not using while I'm out cycling. I also have insurance for my bicycle, which I have used against a car driver who ran me off the road. This is one of Alex Belfield's followers, no doubt, because he said to the police, when eventually the police caught up with him, he said that cyclists should give way to overtaking vehicles. As we all know, that is incorrect. If you crashed into a car overtaking another car, you couldn't claim that the car in front had to give way because you were overtaking. That would just be thrown out. See, Alex Belfield wants to license cyclists. Okay, how are you going to license a 5-year-old? Okay, so you've licensed your 5-year-old. Does that mean you can let him loose behind the wheel of a 15-ton lorry? No, I don't think so. When you lose your license, that means you can't drive your car, can't drive your truck, can't drive a motorbike, and if you're licensed, then you won't be able to drive a bicycle. This means when you lose your license, the only means of transport available will be the bus or a taxi. Like I said, most cyclists are car drivers, so they'll be licensed anyway. Alex Belfield wants cyclists to have number plates on their bikes, as we've seen from motorists who refused to nominate a driver when caught for a driving offence. Alex Belfield also wants to see cyclists with number plates. We've seen car drivers and how they fail to nominate a driver of the vehicle to the police when asked to do so. This just proves that number plates do not identify the driver. Number plates only identify the owner and the registered keeper. And in the UK, there are a vast number of bicycle thefts throughout the UK. So it would be very easy to claim that your bike had been stolen and not name the driver. Yes, I have a number of cameras on my bike, in the same way as I have a number of cameras in my car, both rear-facing and forward-facing cameras. I can tell you that this cyclist has never jumped the lights. This cyclist has always given way to pedestrians. This cyclist has never swerved across the road. I've lost my place again. 1 second. More importantly, this cyclist has read the old highway code and he's read the new highway code. Yes, I have ridden in the middle of the lane in places where I didn't think it was suitable for a car to try and squeeze past me. This is at pinch points in the main road or on corners. That's right. You have to control the car behind you because they haven't got sense to when overtaking on a blind corner. So that's why cyclists move to the centre of the lane, is to stop people from overtaking. Obviously, when the situation that I've just mentioned has cleared, I move back to what is called the secondary position, next to the curb, and the highway code recommends 1/2 metre away from the curb edge. Again, this is not something that I do regularly because I don't often ride on the main roads. I normally ride on the quiet country lanes where there aren't such things, but you do get blind corners where I'll move out to the centre of the lane to prevent people from overtaking. If I can't see what's ahead, then normally my head is slightly higher than a car driver's, so I should be able to see more. So having to, control the driver from front, say, look, there's a car coming, don't overtake, is something that we shouldn't be having to do. The car driver should automatically just assume that there's something coming around the corner. But as we all know, nothing ever comes the other way, does it? Right. When overtaking a cyclist now, we have to give a mandatory 1.5 metres. That was also in the old highway code, but it's also been rewritten in the new highway code. But it has stipulated now that the 1.5 metres is for speeds around about 20 miles an hour, and for speeds about 30 miles an hour, you should give a cyclist 2 metres of room. This is in the same way that a cyclist should give pedestrians room. But a cycle path, I believe, I'm not quite sure, so we'll have to double check this, but there may be a speed limit of about 12 miles an hour on a shared cycle path. So as a pedestrian, would you really want cycles racing past at 20 miles an hour? No, I don't think so. So that's probably why cyclists don't use cycle paths. But there are 2 types of cycle lanes as well. There's a dotted line variety, which says that you shouldn't use the cycle path, but you can go into it if you're avoiding a vehicle that's turning left. You may enter the cycle path if it's a cycle lane, if it's safe to do so. But the second cycle lane is marked with a solid white line that says you must not enter it. This is a mandatory cycle lane. This means no motor vehicles, no motorbikes, no motor-propelled vehicles are allowed in a mandatory cycle lane. Alex Belfield, claiming to be the voice of reason, I find that the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. The man does not reason anything through at all. In fact, I find his thought processes to be extremely unreasonable. So that's my little rant about Alex Belfield. It's my opinion, and I encourage you to develop your own opinion. As a lot of Belfield followers, they don't have their own opinion, they have Alex Belfield's opinion. And that's why a lot of us refer to the Alex Belfield's followers as sheep. Anyway, I've ranted on. I really ought to get this downloaded, edited, and put out there. Okay. Have a happy Wednesday afternoon, as it's almost lunchtime. Anyway, I'll go and edit this. See you later. Bye.